We have on the phone, we have Melissa Pattinson. Now, Melissa is joining for a phone reading with
I've been handed a phone.
You've been handed a phone. Now, I'm just going to give you the question quickly.
Sure.
And hello, Melissa.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hi, Mitchell. I'm good. How are you?
Really good, thank you.
Now, Melissa, your birthday is the 5th of the 4th, 1963. Great year. Love that year.
It's a great year.
Isn't it a great year? Now, my mum, you said your mum passed away on the 29th of June after a horrid fall in her nursing home. I'm sorry to hear that. I sat holding her hand, you said, in hospital for 2 weeks until she passed. It was a very traumatic time, and she had shocking injuries. One of the days before she passed, she opened her eyes, looked at me and said, "Carlo will have a lot to talk about this week. Carlo is your dad who passed in 1994. You would like to know if your mum is okay, first and foremost, and she's back with her dad. I'm very sorry to hear that you do cry most of the time and you would like to find comfort in knowing that your mum's okay." Thank you so much, Melissa, for your question.
Thank you.
Wow, Melissa, there's so much there in that question of yours. And can I just begin by saying, firstly, I need to just say to you that as I've heard your voice and as I heard you say hello to me just now on the phone and as Viv was reading your question, I actually saw a vision of your beautiful mother in the spirit world stepping forward. And I just need to say to you here, Viv, in your question, you've mentioned, Viv read out that your mum had a fall, but your mum's talking, she says that she fell, but when Viv said that, she said to me that she fell backward, not forward, and she's talking about hitting the back of her head, not the front of her head. I have to be very specific with you here, Melissa, because she's talking about that. Now, I don't want to upset you unnecessarily, but can you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's the back of her head. She says she fell back, and I don't even know if it's a concrete pavement or if it's a concrete path, because I just know that the floor is hard and it's concrete, she's saying to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Was it concrete or was it I don't think it's tiles. I've got a feeling here she's showing me concrete. Is that right?
It's not concrete. It's like, I don't know what sort of flooring it was. It's not tiles, but it is a hard floor.
It's very hard because she just shows that to me. And then in the question you mentioned your father Carlo, but as I heard the name Carlo, I also heard another name, and I heard your mum say she's asking here now, even with me here, she's saying, "I need to ask you about Carla." Is that right? The name Carla? Have I got that name right?
Yeah, Carla's my daughter.
Ah, so it's your daughter that she's talking about. So, and you've got a son as well?
Yes.
Only the 2 children, she's saying?
Yes.
Yeah, she kisses 2 fingers. She's saying the 2 children. She tells me she's watching over your 2 children, your mum's saying to me here. She says, "I watch over them, you know, Mitchell. I'm like their angel." She's having a joke. She's been listening in the whole show, your mum. She's just saying to me here, "I'm like their angel." So she's watching over them. But in particular, your husband's name's Carlo, but yes, I hear the name Carla. And so that's your daughter's name. Okay, so just know that your mum's talking about your daughter. She's watching over her. I feel that your mum has reunited with your father. They're together in the spirit world. I'm very certain of that. But I also just want to, because they've reconciled differences and things, you see. But your mum's just showing me her glasses now, and I don't know if she was laid to rest with reading glasses or if she used to be fanatic about losing her glasses, because she just showed me her glasses, okay? So...
I've got them, yeah. When she fell, they sort of broke, so I've got them here.
You've held on to them. Well, she tells me she doesn't need them on the other side anyway, so she's not worried about that. But she shows me the glasses. Your mum says she wasn't a heavy-set lady. She was quite slender-built, actually, your mum. That's what she's showing me here. She says that she was quite slender-built, and... Try me again. She's talking about her birthday, but I'm wondering if it's because she just passed before her birthday. But she's showing me here. I want to go. I don't know if I want to go 90, 91, 91, 92, 90, 91, 92. Okay, I've got 3 numbers here: 90, 91, and 92, and I'm somewhere there. And I feel she's referring to age. I don't know if it's your mum if she's talking about herself or what she means. But who was 90? Oh, I want to say actually 92, you know. The more that I'm listening to her talk to me, the more that I'm tuning into the spirit world. I feel like 91, 92. Who was it that passed in your family 91, 92? It's not the year, but as in the age. They were either 91 or they were 92. They're in their 90s, not their 80s, not their 70s, not their 90s, I'm being told. Who was that?
I'm not sure, but she was 94.
Oh, it's your mum. So it's okay. Your mum's passed in her 90s. It would make sense. Because I just know that she was quite elderly, but your mum was in very good spirits. But she tells me, oh, is that true? Your mum just said to me here that she had a dementia, or her mind wasn't there. She's saying to me, Mitchell. She says some days my physical mind wasn't there, but she says even though I had the dementia, she's saying to me, I still remember my family, and I remembered my family even when I was here on the earth.
She did.
She never forgot you, she's saying. She never forgot you. Even though she had dementia, she says, you're the one, your face was so familiar to her. And she's just saying, she loves you very much, your mum. She's just saying, can you tell my daughter how much I love her and that the butterflies I send are actually a sign for her? And she's wiping your tears, your mum. So I want you to know very strongly that she's there, that she's around you. And what's this business about your daughter changing direction with her work? See, as I gave you the name Carla, and you said, that's my daughter, your mum said, you know, she's a very caring soul. And I don't know if with work, if she's worked around care-based work or nursing, but there is certainly an element with your daughter, your mum's telling me here, where she's very giving to other people, and it's like she nurtures people. Does this make sense to you? What does your daughter do?
It does. She's in her final year of nursing.
She's learning nursing. That's what it is. So she's not changing direction, so I've misunderstood. But what she is doing is she's going to that next step on her journey. Well, your mum's telling me that she supports her and she'll do very well. She's on the right path. And don't you worry about your son. He's got a wonderful future ahead of him as well. And I just want to leave your mum's love with you. And I really hope that this has absolutely helped you in some way and you've enjoyed this reading. And thank you so very much.
It has. Thank you so much, Mitchell. That's great. It's a great comfort.
You're so very welcome. All the very best.
Okay.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. Okay, so that's... I'm so unprofessional handing phones back into... I do it all. I'm sorry, everybody. What a beautiful message.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, I was just listening to that. If I may say so, because I feel slightly even humbled.
Yeah.
You're wonderful,
Unbelievable.
Mitchell.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful...
The spirit world is wonderful.
Well, yes, but only a few are chosen, and only a few are genuine, and it's... I take my hat off to you. You really are wonderful.
Thank you very
really
much.
sitting here, and I'm just humbled as well. In that, you know...
I'm very humble. Can I tell you, I am so humbled.
Yes,
and every day... No, I am. And every day, I think to myself, what a wonderful... You know, I often used to get asked earlier on in my journey, do you feel that having a gift and talking to the spirit world is a curse? Never. Never. Because it's not a curse, it's a gift. I'm not saying that I'm the only one with the gift. Not at all. What I'm saying is it's a gift in the sense that if you're able to help people, if you're able to offer comfort and reassurance, but not even just reassurance, proof that there is life after death, that's a wonderful, wonderful thing to be able to share. And it's my life, it's my passion. You know, this is what I do every day. And when people say, well, I don't believe in the spirit world or I don't believe in that, that's fine. Everyone has their own belief, but you're knocking who I am as a person, because I genuinely know for sure that there is life after death.
When did you discover you wanted to take this path, or was that a choice, or did it just evolve?
It really, to be honest with you, it just evolved.
Yes.
I mean, I was seeing the spirit world, I can remember from when I was 3 years old. And I was very lucky to come from a psychic family, and when I was 6, I learned to read tea leaves and then tarot cards at 12. And it sort of evolved from there, but I've always been very aware of the spirit world. And, do you know, I have to tell you, I actually count the spirit world amongst some of my closest friends. In fact, I spend more time talking to those in the spirit world than I do to the living, which can be a worry at times for those here on the earth. They go,
No,
you don't
I
ever
totally
talk.
relate
But
to
you know,
that.
I count them amongst my closest friends, and I've got some beautiful people and souls in the spirit world that come to me for all different reasons.